Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about something that I think is a game changer for anyone learning English. It's not about memorizing complex grammar rules. Nope. It's about how to sound natural, confident, and, well, fluent when you're actually talking to people.
So, let me ask you something. Does this sound familiar? You're in a conversation, things are going okay, and then bam! Your mind just goes completely blank. You're searching for that one perfect word and you freeze. It's a horrible feeling, right? It's a huge fear for so many of us. But today, we are going to take that fear apart.
Okay, let's get right into it. There's this myth out there, the myth of perfection. It's this idea that you have to speak with zero mistakes, using all the perfect words, and never ever have a moment of silence. But that's not real life. The reality, what we're actually aiming for, is fluency. And fluency is all about continuing to speak, managing the conversation, and feeling confident, even when you're not perfect. So let's just put a pin in that for a second. Fluency is simply the ability to keep going. It's about getting your ideas across and keeping that conversational ball rolling. Seriously, if you can just shift your mindset to this one idea, it will totally unlock your speaking confidence. So here's how we're going to do it. We just busted the fluency myth. Next up, we're going to build 3 essential toolkits full of practical phrases: your Panic Button Toolkit, a Clarity and Impact Toolkit, and a Social Navigation Toolkit. And then we'll wrap it all up with a super simple action plan you can start using like today. All right, let's dive into our first toolkit. This is your first line of defense. This is what you say when you feel that little bit of panic start to creep in. I want you to think of these phrases as your conversational panic button. They keep you in control and keep the conversation moving. We all need a second to gather our thoughts, right? Instead of just awkward silence, you can use one of these. They signal to the other person, hey, I'm thinking, I'm engaged. My favorite here is, that's a good question. It's brilliant because it buys you time and it makes the other person feel smart. Win-win. And look at how this plays out in real life. Imagine you're in a job interview, a super high-pressure situation. Instead of freezing up, you sound thoughtful. You sound professional. You're not panicking, you're managing the moment. That's fluency in action. Okay, next scenario. What happens when a word just completely vanishes from your brain? A fluent speaker doesn't just stop. They find a way around the problem. These phrases are your tools to just describe what you mean, even if you don't have that one specific word. See? How good is that? You don't need to know the word sphygmomanometer. I can barely say it myself, but you've communicated the idea perfectly. This is such a core skill. It's about keeping the communication going no matter what. Okay, moving on to our second toolkit. Now that you know how to handle getting stuck, let's focus on making what you say even stronger, clearer, and have more impact. You know, it's totally normal to say something and then think, I could have said that better. Native speakers do this all the time. Using phrases like these just shows you're being thoughtful and you care about being understood. It makes you sound smart, not like you made a mistake. And the key technique we're talking about here is rephrasing. It's a simple but really powerful tool. All it means is saying the same idea one more time, just in a different way, to make sure it's crystal clear. Here's a great example from a business setting. The first sentence is very direct. But then, using "in other words," the speaker rephrases it in a slightly softer way that might be easier for everyone to digest. It makes you sound way more articulate and analytical. A really big part of fluency is being able to say more than just one short sentence. These phrases here, they are your bridges. They let you add details, give examples, or share your own experiences. They help you build a much richer answer and really get a conversation going. All right, on to our third and final toolkit. This one is all about the social side of things. I mean, conversation is a two-way street, right? So let's look at the phrases that help you interact with other people smoothly. First things first, and this is so important, please don't pretend to understand when you don't. It's totally okay to ask for help. A simple, polite, "Could you repeat that, please?" Or a more casual, "Sorry, I didn't catch that," works wonders. Asking for clarification is a sign of a confident learner, not a weak one. And just a quick note on that last one. When we say, "I didn't catch that," it's just a very natural, everyday way to say, "I didn't hear you," or "I didn't quite understand." It's a great little phrase to have in your back pocket. Now, this set of phrases is a game changer. This is how you go from just listening on the sidelines to actually getting in the game. It's one thing to answer a question, but knowing how to jump into an ongoing conversation, that is a huge step towards real fluency. These phrases are your way in. This is just a perfect professional way to do it. You start by acknowledging the other person. That's a good point. Then you use a bridging phrase like, I'd like to add something. It's so respectful and so effective. You're not interrupting, you're contributing. Phew, we have covered a lot of ground, and you now have 3 powerful toolkits at your disposal. So, what now? How do you actually put this all into practice? Let's boil it all down to a simple 3-step action plan. This is it. This is the whole philosophy. Number 1, stop waiting for your English to be perfect. Just stop. That pressure is holding you back. Number 2, the very next time you feel stuck in a conversation, don't just go silent. Grab one of these phrases we talked about. And number 3, the most important one, just keep going. Keep the conversation moving. And that right there, that ability to manage the moment, to work around a problem, and to just keep speaking, that is real fluency. It has nothing to do with being perfect. It's all about not letting the imperfections stop you. So I want to leave you with this question. Of all the phrases we've looked at, which one are you going to try out first? Pick one. Commit to using it in your next English conversation, because your journey to fluency doesn't start with perfection. It starts with one small action.